Good evening, everybody. It is Sunday, November 6th, 2022. I hope you guys had a good weekend. What's up, chat? Good to see everybody. It is good to be here. I am excited to be hanging out with you guys for a little bit tonight. So, yeah. Let's get to it. Melee, how we doing? How we doing? Good to see you. Right, so let's go ahead and continue the run that we started at the end of last week. So we currently have a mage, Lohse. We've got her running Hydro and Aero, mostly Aero for damage, but Hydro especially is helping with control. Hey, Bane, good to see you. On last session, we finished up Act 1. Hey, what's up, Halberd? Good to see you. So we finished up Act 1 and defeated Dallas's forces on the Lady Vengeance, and so we now sit at the start of Act 2, and we're level 10. I'm going to hit the continue button. Let's go ahead and jump on in. We'll go over where our character is stat-wise, and then we'll get started. The beginning of Act 2 is very there's a lot of stuff that I want to do, usually before I start fighting against anything. So as I'm going around, I'll try to explain what I'm doing, but if anything is confusing, go ahead and let me know, and I can try to explain it better. What's up? I'm here for money. Good to see you. Let's go ahead and get this going. I'm excited. I'm excited for a nice, comfortable session here tonight. Alrighty, here she is. She is looking goofy as heck because for some reason I don't have an explanation for what's going on with the gear. I gotta say, this is definitely a look. Lohse is level 10. Currently rocking maxed out intelligence. Actually, it's as much as this is as much intelligence as we can put. The rest will be coming from gear or buffs. With 24 memory and 23 wits, we're gonna need to continue putting points into memory. There are a lot of spells that we need on both sides of both the water and air schools. So plenty of memory that we still need to allocate, and we need to definitely get our wits up. As far as combat abilities, I have put as many points into Aerithurge as I can. We can start putting points into Hydrosophist, or we can add more points into Polymorph. That way we can put more of wits and memory until we get wits maxed out and enough memory to cast spells. Still not really sure which of those I'm going to choose. I've also put supplemental points into Pyrokinetic and Scoundrel. The Necromancy is coming from gear, and so is the Warfare. I have 4 points in Thievery at the moment, though we will probably at some point want to spec back into Persuasion over the course of this act. And for talents, I have Lone Wolf and Elemental Affinity, and then we have Pet Pal for helping us out at the start of Act 2 as well. Alright, and as far as gear goes, we're currently rocking just some level 9 stuff. This Fang of the Winter Dragon is always great, but it may get replaced pretty quickly, depending on what we end up doing tonight. The rest of our gear gives wits and some Hydro and Aero, and some give intelligence as well. This piece of armor is very nice. +1 intelligence, +2 Aerithurge. But we'll obviously be on the lookout for replacements as we run around. Okay. So the start of Act 2 is mostly, for me anyway, about collecting waypoints and making sure that we're able to get all of the stuff that we want. There are some very easy experience points that we can get. There are plenty of waypoints to help us navigate the act. Act 2 is by far the biggest act in the game, so being able to get places quickly is good for our sanity, right? So first things first here, I'm going to go ahead and turn into an elf because Well, can I pickpocket this shark? I can pickpocket this shark. That's pretty amazing. Oh, I can't pickpocket the shark. Never mind. It tricked me into thinking that I could. Well, whatever. We'll kill the shark and then we'll take the body that it ate. Oh, Johnny Rambo, where did you fail? I'm sorry to hear it, but welcome on in. And let me know if you have any questions or, you know, suggestions. I'm not, you know, obviously I make as many mistakes, well, slightly fewer mistakes as the next player, but yeah, if there's anything you think I can help with, let me know. Grab a void tainted fish while we're here. This will be helpful later on. There should be some herbs along the side here that I want to pick up, but I think I've gotten myself a little bit turned around. I think they're over here. Got it. Hollow Marsh is fighting the Void-Woken Deep Dweller. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a very tough fight, and in Act 1, it's one of the toughest ones. Just simply because of the numbers. Can definitely get you turned around if you don't kill the Deep Dweller quickly, and then you allow the skeletons to start getting lots of hits in on you. It can definitely get ugly quickly. Picking up a bunch of stuff that I'm gonna sell, and then let's get our first kill, shall we? Just a reminder of what it is that we're capable of. It's big magic damage and strong crowd controls, with freezing and stunning both available. Let me go ahead and turn on the combat log. And I was going to go ahead and turn into town here. The idea being to go and grab spells early. There are a number of new spells available that we were not able to purchase before because we just didn't have the merchants for them. So I'm gonna go ahead and make my way into town, and then we'll come right back out. Oh, you got hit by a little bit of accuracy problems. So one of the reasons, and I know you didn't ask for this, Johnny, but one of the reasons that I have peace of mind on my character is to negate accuracy penalties. Because one of the things that it does, that it doesn't necessarily say in the spell, is give you an accuracy bonus of 20%. This is a big reason why almost all of my characters will have peace of mind there. It doesn't just boost your stats, it also gives you that accuracy boost, which is critical if you're trying to not put the game in the hands of RNG.
Wars are brewing, my friend, and I'll stand by your side. But prices will go up even for one of our own.
All right, we'll go ahead and give this guy 600 gold, make friends with him, and start teleporting. Getting the teleport stuff. We'll also look to see if they've got any rings that I might be interested in picking up. Alright, we can go ahead and sell some of this stuff. Yeah, I don't need that. This shield probably... What is it, level 9? Yeah. That out of here. Sahela's crest, definitely don't need that either. Okay, good. Keeping our inventory light. That is good. Hi, Neuro. Good to see you. Alright, so here's the first slate of vendors that we're going to be buying stuff from.
It's madness out there. Never seen anything like it.
So first things first, I'm going to make friends with her. And then you can see she's selling Hydrosophist spells, which I would love to get my hands on some of. So global cooling, here's a good one. What else has she got? Cryogenic stasis, I'm not planning on using. Healing ritual, I'm also planning on using. And arcane stitch. Arcane stitch is probably too expensive for what it does. I think restoring my armor can be much more easily accomplished with potions and then using like an armor of frost scroll for essentially the same amount of AP. But global cooling is great. Global cooling is a really good one. Freezes susceptible surfaces. Setting chilled for 3 turns, so you can combine this with rain to come up with a freeze. And you know how much I love my crowd control, so let's go ahead and grab that. I think I would like to purchase a couple physical and magic armor potions just to make sure, because we're not using invisibility. Making sure that I maintain safety here in the early levels. If I do fight against anything that it does look like I need armor against, it'll be really nice to have that peace of mind. Pun intended. So this guy sells Aero spells, but he's also selling something that is going to be very, very, very helpful for us. And I will point out what it is in half a second. So, first things first, let's go ahead and grab Nether Swap, which is another movement and repositioning tool. Pressure Spike is great for 1 AP. You can do a decent amount of air damage. It doesn't set shocked or anything, but this is great for dealing initial damage to remove magic armor. We already have Chain Lightning. We got that in Act 1. And then here's the spell that I wanted to go ahead and point out. Or sorry, the wand. So, +2 intelligence, +1 Aerithurge. Set sleeping is cool. We can attack with our wands to set sleeping as an additional thing. And it gives us sleeping immunity, which is cool, but I don't think a lot of stuff is attacking us. Obviously, the most important pieces of this are the 2 intelligence, 1 Aerithurge, and the rune slot. It also grants a skill called Vaporize, but that is a defensive ability that we probably won't need. Probably. But it'll be, I mean, we'll have it, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. We'll have it. So there we go. We now have this. And let's go ahead and learn our other abilities as well. So Nether Swap, welcome to the bar. I'll put you over here next to teleport, I guess. But we're gonna need to do some bar reorganization in a second here. I've got too many abilities all of a sudden. In fact, I already am running into some issues of. Get that out of here, and then Pressure Spike is a great one. I like that. And then Global Cooling would be really nice to have. Let's put a pin on that and wait until we level up, I guess, and see about all that. All right. Gotta keep on moving. So we've acquired our spells, and we acquired our wand. This is good.
Hello,
Now we can
Mrs.
keep moving.
No, he's not. His daddy's. If we're waiting, he went for. That's what I said. For who? Mrs. Have you?
The horror.
No, that.
She bursts into tears after a.
So where's Joe?
They look.
Think we should bye.
These.
Bye, guys. Ooh, thanks for the water balloon. Nice. I've been collecting water balloons intentionally because this is an easy way to set the wet status, which synergizes very nicely with all of our offensive abilities. And the rain spell has a massive cooldown. So if I need to use water balloons, it's very helpful to have a lot of extras. I can go ahead and mash 1 in conversation with this guy and gain a bunch of extra experience, and then once he leaves, I'll go ahead and talk to the guy he leaves behind. Johnny, yes, absolutely, I would recommend Torturer on Geo and Pyro. Yes. No, a Torturer does not belong on Aero Hydro at all, because if you read Torturer out, the abilities, or sorry, the statuses that are affected by it are burning, that's Pyro, poisoned, Geo, bleeding, that's Necromancy, Necrofire, Pyro, acid, Geo, suffocating, that's Aero. So suffocating is the only one of these that has that is coming from Aerithurge, and suffocating is specifically done by Vacuum Touch and Vacuum Aura. And here's the big one, by the way. Entangled. Entangled is what makes Torturer on a Pyro Geomage really phenomenal. Because the Geomancy spell, Worm Tremor, has a giant AoE and sets enemies to Entangled. And you can do this through magic armor if you've got Tortured. So you basically just put them in place, and then you can just pelt them with spells, with guaranteeing that they're not going to be able to move. So that's the big reason why I strongly recommend getting Torturer on your Geo
The Majesty.
mages.
There's a load. It's what should they, you know, that in should enter.
Wand and Shield, yeah, if you're feeling like you're having issues with taking a lot of damage, then shields are probably really good. If I remember right, you told me that you were running 2 characters, which means that at least one of them is going to be under attack if you're not able to control especially when you're getting big numbers, at least one of them will be under attack. Shields will help with that a lot. Peoj, have you considered just like being more frowny all the time? Just be like this.
The dog. It under the. He turns.
You
I've found that really helps.
penny for a grieving beggar who's Ow! I should charge you a penny for that. No money. Penny for a.
Where is it? Where is it?
She looks up at
You'd.
tears.
I know. The pouch. I'm a sir.
She tilts.
I never do honest work.
She reaches as she pushes off of you. She reaches lightly and
Lucian's leg. Hey now. You really want to know? The Magus all done. So I need money for a boat.
she frees.
You met her. Funny. You take these.
All right. So we passed a little wits check there to get additional item. The item that we picked up, it gives wits and thievery. Pretty cool.
An elf in tattered.
What? My you.
Once again, mashing 1 in conversation with people gives experience. Hooray. Oh my god. Yep, that's a subscription gifted. Paige, thank you so much for gifting a tier 1 to Johnny Rambo. Johnny Rambo, you get a magic missile sub badge next to your name, and you get ad-free viewing and tier 1 emotes on this channel. Congratulations, and thank you so much, Paige, again, for your generosity. It's very, very kind.
Ah, finally. I'll have a bowl of the house. Oh, after all,
He his lip.
it's my men. No, and until my me. Now,
Hello, Croco. How are we doing tonight? Good to see everybody. Good to be here on a Sunday. You know, I don't actually want to necessarily do so much more shopping, but I guess I might as well make friends with everybody.
hold it. Papa no no.
Papa no, you no go. 3 wits, but requires finesse 12. I don't have finesse 12. Bummer. I'm sure we'll find something different.
Here now. When one's in a small town, one must expect small town manners, I see.
This guy's a douche, but he is a vendor that I am very interested in making friends with. Okay, maybe not so interested in anything except for these scrolls at the moment. But there's a very strong chance that over the course of the next few levels, he will sell something good to me.
Have you a reason for
Fingers
barging
crossed.
into my room, madam? No, still.
He laughed.
Of I that at you. If there's anything else.
We keep going. Paige, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Croco as well. That's, again, super generous. Croco, please enjoy the ad for viewing the tier 1 emotes and the first time sub badge.
You again. I told you to scram one. You can't, oh. You keep.
Okay, I did not mean to pick up a pumpkin soup. Hi, Spag. How we doing tonight? Good to see you. All right, we picked up a waypoint. All right.
Down for a little scuffling and tussling. Let's see if you got some fight in ya.
I do not have any fight in me. Oh wait, no, I do have fight. Oh, +1 finesse, +1 aerithurge, and some perseverance. Okay, let's make friends with this guy and buy this amulet. It's not the best amulet in the world, but it does have a rune slot in it, and you guys know how much I love my rune slots. So let's go ahead and get that. I have some money to spend, obviously, so no big deal spending it. And I suppose I can sell the current amulet. All right. Now, again, at some point, I'm going to replace Pet Pal with Savage Sortilege, and when I do, that's when the rune slot is going to matter, because that is going to allow me to increase my crit chance using flame runes. As we're moving here, let's go ahead and do some crafting. There is a little bit of... Yeah, so I bought those materials for the armor potions. Alright, that makes me feel a little better. Feel a little safer now. I am going to go ahead and rescue Meister Siva now, I think. Because I would like to get Spirit Vision early. While I still have Pet Pal, Spirit Vision can be very good.
the lizard hang.
Welcome.
One
Chase. Or indeed you could stand there like a... Be quick about it before the Magister realizes their prize catch. Excellent. Now if you'd be so kind as to gut that startled-looking Magister, it would be much appreciated.
All right, it's go time. Nice little beginning there. Remember, spells are great for this because while she has an evading aura going on, it's not going to help her so much. When everything's stunned. This lady is in some trouble. She might actually die without summoning her friends. Do I care about that? Johnny, it's not important at the beginning of the game. Having someone get Pet Pal at one point in Act 1 is gonna be fine. Usually I get it at level 8, but if you have 2 characters, you can consider getting it earlier and learn where the XP is, I guess. She may take damage from the surface and die on my watch here. Oh, she's just stunned. Okay, that's pretty funny. Let's see here. Delay? I really want her to call her friends. With that in mind, let's go ahead and drink our large physical armor potion. This will keep us safe. And then I will go ahead and haste myself. And I'm going to delay turn here at the next instance. This will cause her to call her friends, and then we're going to kick her and her friends' asses. Ouch. Oh, very rude. Okay. We have 2 turns in which to get to deleting. Let us begin. Okay, somehow that... I don't know, man. We somehow didn't manage to hit both of them with all that. It's all good. Just keep dumping spells on them until I feel like we don't need to dump spells anymore. They're frozen. And they're dead. Very good. Playing RimWorld. You only have a... I don't know what RimWorld is. Sorry. Should you try hunting the most dangerous animal in the game? If you can cheese it, then hell yes. I don't know. I don't know what any of what you just said means. All I'm sitting here thinking when you're saying the most dangerous animal in the game is... do you guys remember that short story? Man is the most dangerous game? And it's basically about some, like, rich guy that's, like, hunting people.
A senior paladin who here I think that he breaks.
Done.
He offers you
When you're ready.
he looks you don't get. He looks up from his map.
Don't get caught, he says. Ooh, +1 Huntsman, +2 Aerithurge. This is intriguing. If it had intelligence on it, I would be more willing to pick it up. But, I mean, that is a very good point that this guy raises, which is, it doesn't just mean, like, wizard armor isn't the only type of armor that can come with good attributes. So we should be on the lookout for that. Alright, I have the Paladin's waypoint. Let's go ahead and keep on moving. I do need to make my way over to Gareth, who has our next big bunch of experience. And he's currently hanging out a little ways up the road. But we need to get there before he leaves. Should have time to pick up, like, random Stardusts and short bows on the way. Just get free Xbox PC as an official notification. I don't... Anytime I see the words free on the internet, if I don't know where the message is coming from, I tend to not trust that, but, you know, good luck. This is someone who's, all I've been doing over the last month is getting spam phone calls and emails about all kinds of stuff. Like my Netflix, according to the text messages I get, my Netflix account has been unpaid like 7 times in the last month, and they keep wanting to let me look into it.
Jonathan, how long has it been?
All right, here we go.
Gareth, look.
I knew I'd see him again. Indeed. I felt I came now.
Gareth raises his blade and Gareth's fingers bloods.
What?
Gareth's eyes go glassy.
I need to go. Yeah.
Okay, 13,450 XP, plus we get all of Jonathan's stuff, and we get a lot more XP on the other side of this, because now we've inadvertently saved Gareth's parents, which means there are going to be a bunch of Voidwoken in their house. So there you go. All right, and let's keep moving on here. I am going to go to Blood Moon Island with intent to just get a bunch of XP, and then I'm going to turn back around and go to Meister Siva. Open the way to the Hall of Echoes with the Spirit Vision to get Spirit Vision, and then. And that will allow me to do a bunch of stuff with Spirit Vision earlier than we usually get to do it. By the way, bunch of exploration experience.
The being.
Yep. Terrific. All right, let's go to Square again. Let me go ahead and rescue Peeper, because that way when I go do the Hall of Echoes thing and come back out, Peeper will have killed his mom, and I can go deliver that quest very quickly as well. We're obviously rapidly closing in on our level up, and as you can see, it's mostly coming from not fighting. There's so much experience to be gained through dialogue, through exploration at the start of this act. Yeah, you almost don't need to fight anything at all for at least 1 or 2 levels. Let's go ahead and take a sidestep here. His dudedness. Thank you so much for the Prime sub and welcome. I don't think I recognize your name from chat or anything, but really appreciate the generous use of that Prime sub. Because you only get one of those a month, and you've chosen to use it here. So thank you, thank you. Please enjoy the ad previewing, the Tier 1 emotes, and you get the Magic Missile sub badge next to your name. If you choose to, you know, use it in chat, people will be able to see. Hi, Art of Shred. Good to see you. Snag the safe XP first? Yeah, you know it. You know it, brother. Alright, let's go ahead and delay turn here. This will allow these guys to hatch. Each one of these is worth 100 XP, but, you know, you definitely... You don't ignore that. And then, obviously, the Venom Wing Voidwoken needs to die. But we've got a double turn coming up here. The surprise Sunday stream. I told you guys that it might happen. I warned you all. And no one believed me. I mean, you probably didn't care, but I'm gonna choose to be petty about it. No one believed me. That's a dope looking spell, I gotta say. Oh no, cursed water everywhere. I kind of hate it. It's fine though. Peoj asks, "What artists do you like?" I don't know. What kind of show or festival were you at today? That might give me an idea of what wheelhouse you're talking about. I mean, if you are ever part of the early crowd, you know at least some of what I listen to at the start of streams. Spag, thanks for the stretch. Here, I'll click on. I'll have my character move this direction, then we'll stretch while we're in motion. And a hydrate from Peoj, thank you. All right, Big Marge, here's your kid.
She got...
All right, yeah, good luck with that. Okay, so here's another. So there are a couple reasons why I am doing this Meister Siva thing early. One of the reasons is, like I said, I want Spirit Vision so I can do a bunch of Spirit Vision related quests and stuff like that. It'll be very helpful to have even before I don't need Source Vampirism necessarily yet. It'll also be really nice to put down a teleport pyramid next to the source fountain so that I can continuously come back and fill up on source easily. And there's a third reason. And the third reason is that I want to duplicate my weapon. I really want to duplicate my weapon. Because obviously +2 intelligence, +1 Aerithurge. That +1 Aerithurge is not something you're going to find on a lot of pieces of equipment. In a weapon, anyway. So my intent is to be running around with 2 of these things, and it's just extra Aerithurge that I wouldn't normally have otherwise. I could also, if I were focusing more on Hydrosophist damage, it could make a lot of sense. Art of Shred, this one is sold by one of the Driftwood vendors. The guy who sells spells also sells this wand. I could also try to duplicate Fang of the Winter Dragon, and the reasons again are pretty obvious. +1 intelligence, +1 Hydrosophist, and +10% crit chance. What it doesn't have, of course, is the rune slot, which later on, much later down the line, when we hit level 16, you'll want to be putting mystical masterwork runes in there so that you could get additional wits. So I'll show you guys how the item duplication works because we're coming up on it right now. Oh, she also is a very interesting vendor. She'll always sell at least one very nice piece of equipment. But in the meantime, I can make friends with her and then sell her a bunch of stuff. What's her lore master? 3. Oh, that's good enough to identify some of this crap. All right, here you go, lady. You can have some of this stuff that I didn't really want anyway. Keeping that inventory nice and clean. Because it's not like we're a strength character, so we're...
Damn no.
She takes reach.
Oh, thank you.
We're gonna be struggling with carry weight issues if I don't do that.
A stone door. Taking your time.
All right, in we go. So, some great things down here. One of them is the source fountain. One of them is this source orb, which I'm very happy about the source orb. Some essences and other assorted things, I guess. So I'll just go ahead and pop that down here. And so now, anytime I need source, I'll just go to the blue pyramid and hit the source fountain, and we'll fill right back up. No big deal. Okay. So I talked about item duplication a little bit ago, and what gets duplicated. First of all, how it gets duplicated is your god is a copy of yourself for a little bit. And so your god gets some of your equipment. And what you're able to steal is your helmet, which I don't need a duplicate of my helmet, but it'll also duplicate your weapons. So, so we'll be able to, hopefully we'll be able to pick up the wand as a copy. Meanwhile, I need to raid the ingredient cupboard. There it is.
Opening off you.
And we'll go ahead and combine this with this. Hey, Ram, how we doing? Use this and combine it with this. Toss this on here, light it on fire, and get on in.
As you suck the smoke as the
Alrighty. So as I wander over here, you can see she's got my equipment. Check that out.
Ah, there you are.
That's not my voice. Disgusting.
I'm getting tired. Ah.
Okay, so he wants me to do spirit vision, and so I shall.
Once you helped.
Alright, and he wants me to leave, but instead what I'm gonna do is get to thieverying. And as expected, there is a copy of my helmet, and there is a copy of that wand. The Divine Favor, if I had more thievery, which I could have swapped in the thievery gloves, it would have been something that I could just sell for a little bit. But I'm very, very happy with my copy of the Aerithurge wand. It's very helpful to have this, knowing that most of my spell damage is going to be coming from Aerithurge. So moving forward, it's going to be really nice. It's going to be very nice to have this. Okay. Let's go ahead and test out our placement of the blue pyramid. Look at that. Fun, right? All right, let's go to Blood Moon Island. There is plenty of experience still to be had on Blood Moon Island, and the first place where we can get some is by just entering this academy right here. Is it permanently nameless item? Yep. This should level me up, actually. Boom, we're level 11 now. All right, and I'll raid this this area as fast as I can. Now, remember that Lohse does not have the scholar tag, and for that reason, we're gonna be missing out on about 150,000 XP in this act. Even more if you consider, actually about 300,000 if you consider that I'm also not killing Jahan because Jahan's part of my quest, and as such becomes a vendor on the Lady Vengeance, and I don't kill vendors, especially good vendors like Jahan. So, there is a. Oh, all right, Johnny. Thanks so much for hanging out for a little bit and giving us the update. I really appreciate it. And maybe we'll see you later. So, if we're missing about 300,000 XP, because we don't have the scholar tag and because we're playing as Lohse, we're gonna need to still work hard to get to level 17 by the end of the act, which is our plan. Now, that's not gonna be happening tonight, but I'm just laying it out there that my intent is to still gain enough experience to hit level 17 before we leave Act 2. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and use my thievery to get myself another pyramid. This will be very helpful for Jahan's quest a little bit later. Or sorry, not Jahan's. Tarquin's quest. Tarquin's quest a little bit earlier. Just reading stuff. Ooh, Boudican. Prime subbing for 9 months. What are we naming the kid? Please enjoy the ad-free viewing, the tier 1 emotes. Thank you so much for... Oh, and you get a new sub badge. I don't remember what it is. What's the 9-month sub badge? It might be Maze from Baldur's Gate. I feel like if it's Maze, I'm a big fan of it. Hi, Farfalla. How we doing? Oh, thank you so much. And then, yeah, thank you so much for choosing to use that Twitch Prime on this channel. There's been a few of those tonight, so thank you very much. Thank you, guys. Great to be here. Great to be streaming for y'all. We'll grab that warfare book and sell it. Almost done looting this area. Tremendous. All right, let's get the heck out of here. So we're going to make our way over to the Advocate, and the intent here is to get ourselves a additional source point almost immediately. It's just a quick bit of dialogue with him, and he'll give us a source point, and we will then be able to cast 2 source abilities that cost 2 source, which is a really important thing, especially when you consider we're an air mage And I'm going to be able to get closed circuit shortly after this conversation. So closed circuit will be a spell that we can cast quite early. Speaking of casting spells early, let's go ahead and take some points into memory because, as I discussed, we're about to be able to get closed circuit. It is going to be very nice to have that available to us. I'm also going to take a point in polymorph because I also need to start putting points into wits. My initiative is very low at the moment compared to some of the stuff that I'm about to be, that I'd like to be fighting. And we've had to spend so much into memory that we weren't able to really focus on wits yet. So with that in mind, I am going to be putting a couple extra points into polymorph earlier than I would, rather than putting more points into hydrosophist. And that's fine, because here's how combats are going to be going, for the most part. I'm going to be leading off with air damage to remove magic armor. And then, once their magic armor is down and I'm stunning them, I can use my hydro spells to keep them disabled. That's the plan, anyway. Also, here is a cat. This cat is worth 5,200 XP. Yep, you're right about that, Emmond. Alright, and before I forget, I'd also like to use Spirit Vision to talk to the druid hanging out here. And then we can get out of here. Hey, buddy.
The spirit cocks his head.
Ah, is no perhaps you could a druid. There are too few of us.
The spirit.
Well, I can't.
Okay. Good talk, buddy. Alright, let's make our way over to the Advocate to get our source point, and then we can leave Blood Moon Island. And we may end up doing another bit of shopping as well. So we've picked up some things that we can sell quite easily. So I wouldn't have a problem going shopping to look for some potential gear upgrades. All of our gear slots can be upgraded at the moment, so definitely not a bad idea to start looking for that. What I'm doing right here is in preparation for an encounter much later on. I'm moving all the corpses out of the way of a battlefield that will be coming later.
You're here to work. Are you also here to trade? I have much to show.
And that, don't need that.
The lizard's eyes are dark as polished coal, void of all
Give me
light.
those.
A faint frost seems to cover the cracked and broken scales around.
You have a rep. Well, here you stand. Ah, I am here. You and as the gods have shown. Excellent. Once the
lizard's you feel the cold.
All right.
The far off
somewhat now. Tell me.
You feel new. It would be
Very nice. So we just got a bunch of extra experience, and we have our extra source point. So, Cafe, when we do this encounter, the intent is to not let these corpses be near anyone that we don't want to die. And the Advocate and the Voidwoken that spawn in this fight both love to do corpse explosions and mass corpse explosions. I have seen the Advocate kill himself with a mass corpse explosion in this encounter. So it is very important that he does not do that, because I need the Advocate to survive that encounter until after we've dealt with the tree, and then we kill him. Remember, Lohse does not have the Scholar tag. We need to maximize our XP in this act if I'm going to reach my goal of hitting level 17 in Act 2. Let's go back to Driftwood Square. I do have Spirit Vision, therefore, if I return to the chickens here, I will be able to finish up Big Marge's and Peeper's questline by returning Peeper to their dad. And this is a nice thing about getting Spirit Vision early and having Pet Pal still, is that I can do all this, and I can continue to mash 1 in a lot of these conversations with ghosts because I don't have Source Vampirism. I feel like that's a win, right? Removing thinking from the equation, I guess, is what that is. So a lot of people have Peeper follow them around for a long time. I prefer not to let that happen because Peeper is fragile and I want my XP.
The rooster.
All right, he dead. I will go ahead and water resist potion, or do I want this? Does this matter? I am stacking intelligence, but I prefer to do it with flame runes. I'll take the water resist potion. All right, Peeper died, and we're very broken up about it. I also get a bunch of stuff and the source orb. Great. While we're here, I'll wander through this area, get exploration XP for discovering this, 10,000 as well. And we'll go all the way over to this spot where I know that there is a hidden chest to dig up that also gives XP. So again, so much free experience at the start of this act. I am going to be hitting level 12 long before I have to fight anything particularly challenging. There will be a few combats sprinkled here and there, but a lot of it is just knowing where the XP is and going and getting it. I'll go ahead and return to the Lady Vengeance here very briefly. The idea is...
Lohse, good to see you again. Of course. Told you I would, didn't I?
I don't remember what I have this guy going and picking up, but I think it's pixie dust. Every time we level up, it's good to remember to do that. All right, let's go ahead and do a little bit of shopping and just see if anyone's picked up some new things that I might want. So here's another really nice thing about the wands that we have now. I do not have to think about weapons for basically the rest of the act, because my weapons are pretty much set. that I might wand. Could a mod please ban Rame 17, please? Really appreciate it. So yeah, so because I don't have any gear that I have to think about, or sorry, weapons that I have to think about, that's one less thing that I have to spend money on. And selling off all this stuff that I don't need. Even this extra hat that I definitely don't need either, because I have the same one already. Get rid of some teeth and stuff. And look at that. Still plenty of money.
Glad to see you well.
And she's glad to see I'm well, which that's nice of her. So note that vendors currently are only selling blank regular skill books. This will be important when we hit level 12.
Until later then.
Let's go talk to the remaining vendors, see about their equipment, and then we can keep moving. And I think at some point here I'm gonna need to reorganize my bar because we're about to. We're about to have, I think, too many Aero and Hydro spells, and it's going to get very annoying trying to find them unless I go ahead and organize things. Just gonna poke my head in there really quickly for 3,000 XP. Easy to do if you have enough thievery. Otherwise, if you have persuasion, you can persuade the lady downstairs to give you a key with the right dialogue choices. Or you can steal the key, I guess. So I'm mostly looking for pink stuff. When I say pink, I mean legendary equipment. Usually those are going to be the ones that have the upgrades.
Figure it's time to prove yourself. Let's get it done.
Yep, there's an example of why I'm looking for pink equipment. So this gives +3 wits and is an intelligence thing, so I don't even have to think about it. I have intelligence. This is an intelligence scaling character. So 3 wits is additional initiative and crit chance when we put Savage Sortilege back on. So that's great. Let's go ahead and grab that. And keep on keeping on. What do these shoes look like? Slightly sort of stylish, I guess. It still is... Our fits is not great, but, you know, what are you going to do? Let's go ahead and make some friends with Dorothea here, and by make friends, I mean kill mercilessly.
Hail. Are you worthy of my gift? Indeed. Are you ready for me to grant? I can't. Not gaze in.
She flashes her on the horizon looms a dark
Okay, so
silhouette.
here are the options for kissing Dorothea. You can either get option 1, strength, option 2, intelligence, option 3, money, option 4, wits, so 2 wits, or option 5, another resurrection idol. And we've already stolen one, so I don't need a second resurrection idol. I hopefully won't have to use the first one, but you know, you never know what's going to happen. And then, so my options really, as this character, are to either increase my intelligence, which will help with spell damage, or to start working on increasing my wits now. My objective, I think, is going to be to increase my damage. Even though I'm not maxed out on wits yet, we're going to definitely end up in the late game with more than 100% crit chance if we get to the late game. So increasing my wits now is kind of a net loss when you think about that. So let's go ahead and take.
I will a kiss.
All right, we agree to the deal, and let's go ahead and get moving. Hanag will melt you, so you need the rebirth idol. Yeah, if Hanag melts us and we rebirth, it'll be on top of the lava. So that will not help.
Dorotheus,
Darling.
you draw, yet her lips do not.
Hooray, XP.
Her fang.
The knowledge we part ways now. I have.
All right, let's kick her ass. I'm really enjoying leading with Pressure Spike, by the way. This is a phenomenal starting spell for 1 AP to just start working on their magic armor. It is so strong. Vacuum Touches, it fulfills a similar purpose, but Pressure Spike is an AoE spell. Very strong ability, highly recommend. We're just dumping damage on her right now. Absolutely merciless right now what we're doing. Goodbye. And thanks for the stuff. Since we're in the area, let me go ahead and talk to Lohse. Not because I need anything from him in particular, except for one thing.
Lohse, stick around, listen.
There's one thing that I need from him.
I brought you up from girl to woman, Marla. Like you was my own. This.
So, Lohse is currently in possession of a superconductor scroll. Superconductor is an ability that you cannot buy a spellbook for until level 16. However,
He lived.
This who sent.
The formidable.
Enough! But
His.
you.
if I find the book that I can put this into, I can get this spell a full 4 levels early. So when we hit level 12, keep that in mind. We're gonna be looking to we're gonna be looking to upgrade that. It's gonna be very nice. To get superconductor that early, again, our air damage is just insane. Or can be.
He looks up from his map.
I'm looking to see if this guy's got anything that I want to purchase. He does not.
I noted.
Let's go ahead and move towards Jahan. But we should be able to make a couple stops in between here and there. I do not have the Scholar tag, but I do have Pet Pal, so I can go ahead and talk to this bird. And then I do have a Fireball scroll, so I can light him on fire, or a Firestorm grenade, either way. So, no Scholar tag, so I won't get extra XP, but I will still be able to light it on fire, get some XP, and then we can move on.
This I hit the.
Sorry, buddy. Hey, what's up, Ozyosha? Good to see you. And what's up, Silver? And Mouse. Wow, it's good to see everybody. A hydrate? Oh, boy. Let's do it. Hooray.
The egg is warm to the touch, but not from the.
If this little egg can make.
All right. Hooray, we got the Phoenix Egg. Now, if I wanted to, I could eat the Phoenix Egg and get a Warfare ability, but I don't have 2 points in Warfare, if at some point I end up with 2 points in warfare, I can just buy Phoenix Dive from any vendor, and we will be just fine. So we're making a quick pit stop here inside inside this lady's room. You have Baltus, I have Augmenter. Okay, good. That means I can make this thing. Whoa, Ozzyosho, thank you so much. A tier 1 subscription. Hey, that's a first-time subscriber. Another one. Thank you so much for the generous support. Please enjoy the ad reviewing the tier 1 emotes and your brand new shiny sub badge. Thank you again. Very generous of you. All right, I have enough thievery to enter this place without having to get the key from its current owner, which is important because the current owner is scary as heck. He's gonna start killing rats as fast as we can. If we find the real rat, then all the rest of the rats will flee. Who is the current owner? Alice Elysian is the current owner. She's big scary. Is there a good way to cheese her? Yeah. There's a number of really good ways. Yeah, atomics, exactly. The way that I typically use now is have more initiative than she does. But there are a number of ways if you don't, but they all involve having living on the edge. If you don't have living on the edge, you're going to be in a world of hurt. Literally. Against her. I am missing all of my spells, by the way. No, Atomics. Unfortunately, even if you pass the persuasion check, she still attacks you. So you can either leave her alone, or you can fight her. You do not get other choices. Wow. Still looking for the real rat, by the way. Oh, by the way, I should be... I bought a new pair of boots and I forgot to immediately slap nails into them. Pretty important that I do that. Alright, look. The good news is I've killed most of the rats, so I can just sort of wander through here anyway. Oh, this guy's completely immune. Okay, fine. Here. I'll just kill him with teleport, I guess. Alright, buddy. Alright, we got ourselves a bottle of Witch's Potion. Let's go ahead and get on out of here and go talk to the cows. Again, notice, I have not fought anything since we leveled up, I don't think. I mean, aside from, like, these little combats with, like, frogs that don't fight back. I definitely have not sought out combat with anything major. And we are going to gain about 27,000 experience in just a second by exhausting the dialogue and completing these cows' quest.
Don't you I know. You won't true whip it out, so will you? She will able. I know, Geraldine, I know. Just get what my thumb. For God's sake, Geraldine. All right. There, good news. Shush. Oh, good. Let me get. Well, you have it. Oh, mine. Okay.
Mabel.
Go on then. That's
Mabel's.
yes, totally me.
Geraldine.
Oh, I'm happy.
13,450. Is the Scarecrow fight tied to any side quest or anything? No. They just are there and they suck. Alright, let's go ahead and make another Witch's Brood potion. The recipe for which is a Witch's Eye, an Abolitus, and a Augmenter.
Mabel gives you a resigned look.
Great. Can I have it? I'm humbly. It's work.
And there you go. So, if you had both potions in your inventory at the same time, you would only get 13,450 XP. If you feed the potions to them one at a time, then you get 13,450 XP times 2. Why did they do it like that? No effing idea. But it works.
I've grown quite fond of this field in a sick sort of way.
We go ahead and yoink their gold, and then we leave. So that was easy. Alright, let's go and talk to Jahan. We'll get some exploration experience, but we also will begin Lohse's main quest, I suppose.
In the darkness of the woods,
He's also a vendor.
man overlooking a cage that holds creatures crept from a nightmare.
But doesn't look like he has anything that I'm particularly interested in buying at the moment. So I'm not gonna worry about making friends with him yet.
Despite the
Go on. There is much weakness.
he eyes you.
But you, it's been even now. Yes, I know how they work.
Suddenly,
Take a step back. Thank you. I do, but you, and what's more, you brought it all the way here. To want is a...
he steps back and part.
There is nothing I know, but of course, I won't refuse you. The plan, quid pro quo. I've a deep...
He points to.
I know it's there. Of course, consider it a test, and let me show the demons, like all of... There is no... My advice, above all else, may you...
Okay. And since we already made a deal with the Advocate, I'm not going to tell him about that because then he will attack and kill me. And if there's one thing you should know about me, it's that I prefer myself unkilled. The less killed I am, the happier I am. Alright, there's a couple things that we want to do in Cloisterwood on top of what we just did. So Exploration XP is one part of it, but you can hear Hanag over here. And Hanag has our closed circuit book, and I want it so bad. This is something you can access as soon as you get to this act. Any level 1 or 2 source ability is available to you from Hanag, regardless of what level you are. So we could have come here at level 8 or 9 or whatever level you beat, what's his name? Alexander in Act 1. And you'd still be able to, Hey, what's up, Sentinel? How we doing? Looking for the Cloisterwood waypoint. I'd like for it to give it to me here. May need to work my way around the side here. There we go. All right, we got the. All right, let's go ahead and make our way to Cloisterwood waypoint while sneaking, and let's sneak up on her and take our new spell. Here we are. So there it is, Closed Circuit. I can take other spells as well, but Closed Circuit is the only real one that I need.
I've heard that.
See you later. So we are now the proud owners of Closed Circuit, which deals insane damage in an 8-meter area of effect, I think. Gives us air immunity and sets shocked for several turns. I mean, you can see here, the damage is starting to get ridiculous, especially on the air front. The other great thing about Closed Circuit is just how nice it is, even without, like, it would cost 1 AP if we were standing on an electrified surface, but even without it, it's only 2 AP. And we have the ability to cast that thing, so it's nice, it's nice. Hi, Sir Comrade, how we doing? Let's make our way forward. I'm about to lose a memory slot, but that's fine. We've allocated a lot of memory slots, and it's totally fine. No skin graft yet? No, because if I'm casting Closed Circuit Identity Matrix, that's gonna cost all of my source, and then what do you do, right? Skin graft will be nice to have at some point during this run, but I don't foresee me having to do it yet. All right, here's some XP, and I'd like to steal from her as well while we're in the area. Please deliver unto me your finest belt. Thank you. All right, great. So we have a new belt. This gives Constitution Wits, which is the thing that I really want it for. Warfare, whatever. I mean, honestly, the 1 point in Wits is value enough because you cannot get Wits out of a belt. This character obviously does not care about the warfare point. Those are pants that could potentially be a big upgrade for us. I have to identify them to find out. Peoj asks, did you know that there are more trees in the Amazon rainforest than there are stars in the Milky Way? That's only about 20% of the trees on Earth. That is a fun fact. I hope it's true. I hope that continues to stay that way, given the state of things in the world.
A haughty-looking undead woman, unmasked, surveys the ground around her.
This gives 1 intelligence and 1 arrow, but 2 in Geomancer. I'm not so interested in picking this up.
What side?
Her voice is clipped and detached, fearless. She's...
Are you mute? So long as you... I have books, though I hate to part with them. And you, hopefully,
She leans to
I'm looking for a particular book, a tome.
with a curtain.
All right, let's go ahead and prep ourselves here for battle because we are about to fight her.
Found the little corpse-related book I seek? Have a look. Mind you don't tear any pages now.
Here you go, lady. You can have corpse explosion.
My thanks for your help. Perhaps we will meet again in the Hall of Echoes. I'm just...
Oh, wait. No, come back, come back, come back, come back. No! Oh my god. Goodness, she is, she almost left us there. Would have lost out on some XP. I lost all of my buffs, which was a little bit concerning. Let's see about her resistances. She seems like she's got a bunch of them. I need to be careful here. Let's see about her water resists. Also decent. Alright, I should be able to stun her here. Perfect. We've got her controlled. Is she vulnerable to sleep? No, I don't think so, but I needed her magic armor to be gone one way or another. Supposing I could walk up to her and start blasting her with stuff, but I could also just attack her. What's causing sleeping? Ah, that would be my wand, by the way. My wand has a 20% chance to set sleeping. Not so useful when I'm continuously attacking, but I guess it becomes more useful when you consider that I have two of them. You get that from the vendor who sells spellbooks in Driftwood Square. Available immediately as you arrive at the act. Just go into Driftwood and buy it from him. And of course, we made a copy of it, courtesy of our god. Emmond, yes. Yes, you do lose the Blood Rose buff. So that's actually a really easy way for you to tell if I have, if I've had to use the Resurrection Idol, is if I've still got that Blood Rose buff going, then you know that the run is still deathless. Can I upgrade the wands via Corbin? Yep. Yeah, they'll gain an additional point in intelligence, which is pretty nice. They'll become level 18 ones between Acts 3 and 4. They'll gain +1 intelligence. Aerithurge, summoning, and dual wielding do not get upgraded because they're combat abilities, but primary attributes will get scaled. I'll point out the vendor. It's this guy. Trader Ovis is the man to talk to. if you're looking for that thing. The pants give Constitution and Perseverance. That is not an upgrade. I will go ahead and ditch that. Okay. This guy had no money already. Well, let me.
The carved figure is a
Nope.
Back for a return visit.
Just did a speed run. Did you get a new PB, Johnny? Welcome back, by the way. Hi. Oh wow, I have sold way too much to this guy as well. There we go.
Yep.
Will I be playing Ragnarok or Dwarf Fortress? I've never played a God of War game, but as I remember, they're on PlayStation only, right? Or is it gonna be on PC?
Until later then.
Aero right now. The first one is now on PC. Okay, but the new one that comes out is going to be on PlayStation for starters. The way that you worded that. All right, we're going to make our way toward Stone Garden, but we're going to do it via the via the Bridgekeeper's house. Doing this should get us to level 12. Either that or very close to it. And we do have Spirit Vision, which will allow us to do plenty of other stuff. So I mean, you can see here, we're already, like, really on our way towards having most of the spells that we want that are going to help us the rest of the act.
His people.
And who are you? Father.
Alright, young lady, I'm going to ask you very kindly to donate me your keys so that I can leave out this door. I'll take your money as well, I guess. Sure, why not? At some point, I will probably want to get 5-star Diner, and when I do, it will be very nice to have resistance potions and large potions, etc. In the meantime, let's prepare to fight against a bunch of Voidwoken here. This should be a lot of fun as well. I haven't even cast Closed Circuit yet, by the way. I want to hit all of them with my spells. Ozzy asks, have I played this game with mods before? No, I haven't. I've heard it's good. I've heard it's very good, actually. Like, you can get some really cool stuff with mods. Got him. All the Void Woken fall. And we can let the Bridge Keeper reunite with her son. Have I considered playing with him? Not really. I don't. I typically like to play my games unmodded. It makes it a lot easier when I'm... Because the stuff that I'm doing is... I don't want to say it's instructional on purpose, but it's a lot easier for me to say, here's the stuff that I'm doing. Anyone can do this if they have preparation and know-how. It's a lot harder to do that if the game is modded in some way. You know what I mean? But it's not only that. This game doesn't need modding help, you know? It's really good anyway. It's not like a Skyrim situation where there are certain like quality of life mods that are absolutely needed.
None that last, at least. Glad my little guy got to see it.
Not a scratch on you? Like, yeah, because you didn't get to play, young lady. Anyway, whatever. Here, I'll clear out the poison for her. There you go. You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Oh, reckon some void woken. We're off into...
Okay, bye. See you guys later. Give me the most expensive thing. I guess it's that. All right, great. Let's move. So we'll make our way into the tunnel here. Oh, there are some very fun and expensive items that we can pick up to sell.
Is power.
Oh, and nails are nice as well. Weza, thanks so much for the follow. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome on in. Farfallow's getting a little bit ahead of themselves, I see. I don't know what you're talking about. Just bringing up random things out of nowhere. Yeah, Johnny, I understand that. I also have a solution for that. I'll show you in a second. Especially in Act 2. Let's talk to this,
The turtle. She grit.
Okay. Sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't. It's fine. I will get enough food to give to this rat. So we're making a nice trail of food over to this rat so that it can befriend and fall in love with this turtle. Go. Yes, you're doing great. Hey, there it is. Look at those. Look at those purple hearts. They're in love.
Nice to find
7,725 XP for a simple act of kindness. And then 13,450 XP for a simple act of, well, you know. Yeah, that.
As you move to ascend the stairs,
Why do you all face the consequences? The truth head up.
Let me in.
the stag trophy a faint. The ghostly.
For what tribe? A visitor.
The
It's he let you he bring
Is it the
it's I
right
then now please don't let me keep.
Note our XP. 2,400 XP left to level up. You love to see it. I need to be very careful running around Stone Garden because in Stone Garden you can run into a small problem.
Death.
And the problem explicitly is named Andress. As I like to call it, Necrodog. Necrodog is a run-ending piece of shit. And if you have Pet Pal, it can get very ugly for you very quickly. So. I'm creating some water surfaces here. My intent is to attack and kill these guys. But first, let's go ahead and get closed circuit, why don't we? So, Johnny Rambo, you were talking about how annoying it is to get more source. Yeah, if you place a teleport pyramid directly next to the source fountain, it's a little bit easier to deal with that.
The Meister sits slumped in her chair. You notice that some of her scales have dropped to the floor.
What news? Can you channel them? Why?
Alright, so this is a water surface on the ground. I'm going to go ahead and teleport this guy over here. And then attack both of them at the same time.
The creature walks the servants.
Causing elemental affinity so that I can do easy teleports. Here, guys, have a pressure spike. I'll take a step forward and then use closed circuit for 1 AP to deal insane damage. Oh, it's not good for them. It's not looking great for our dudes. down they go. Oh, by the way, we just hit level 12. So, you know, that's cool.
This door is locked tight, but there's a...
What level do you get closed circuit? At any level you want, Sir Comrade, because you can go steal it from Henag, which is what we've done. Henag carries every single level 1 and 2 source abilities as soon as you arrive. All you need to do is sneak up on her and steal it.
If you think the mask
The cat.
set dogs, but
Boss.
you're a
No, I'm not.
say what I'm doing. There you go.
I don't get it.
Dot.
Come on, tables.
What level do you normally get it? 13. So we're a little bit early. Alright, arachnophobe warning. We are about to cause a spider to drop from the sky, and then we're going to talk to it from a little bit. So if you really hate spiders, come back in about a minute. I'll wait a few seconds. Okay.
The spider.
Don't you?
She shot.
You come here.
Her eyes.
So you are still prey. A treat. Let Mama see what you have to offer.
So we picked up these 4 body parts earlier, so I'm going to go ahead and give them over, and we're going to get XP and items.
The spiders.
In return, may bring me 3 more. Let's see, my darling, my little cherry blossom.
The spider.
Wait now.
There you go. So we got a bunch of XP, and we got an item that is interesting. It gives poison resist and inflicts poison on contact. Sir Comrade, you are asking an excellent question, because that is exactly what we're about to do. It just need a little moment of time, and I will demonstrate exactly what you are talking about.
I trust that our bargain reached well.
Well, when I said in 1 second, this is not what I meant, because here I am getting myself my 4th pyramid. A little bit different. The spider gives tons of XP, Ozzy, but we are not ready to fight that spider yet. Spider has insane initiative and a lot of armor. There's my pyramid. Yes, Oziosha, I understood what you meant. She has a lot of armor. We're not ready for it. Okay. Back to Driftwood Square, and here's what we are going to be starting to look for now. There are a lot of vendors that sell crafting materials, and what we're looking for are... Oh, she's got one. So, high-tier blank air skill book is what we want, because we've already acquired Lohar's superconductor scroll. Now, what that means is I'm about to be able to get superconductor a full 4 levels early, and we're going to be able to use superconductor all the way through the rest of the act, including right now. Combine with our superconductor scroll. Gives us a superconductor skill book, which is now a spell that we know. Superconductor is another massive AoE damaging ability that, or AoE air ability that, it packs a real punch, and you can combine that with, you know, closed circuit or all kinds of different abilities. That, like I said earlier, my focus is to deal tons of air damage first, and then we can worry about keeping them stunned and frozen using the rest of our abilities. So all the stuff that we've got now is really helping with that. Like, really helping. So I do have options here. I can start to take more points into polymorph. I don't need more memory at the moment. What I really do need to do is finish maxing out my wits. There's still a few levels that we still have to do that. To that end, I am going to put points into polymorph. I'm not worried about spell critting yet. It's a 27% chance of critting. Therefore, I don't need to worry about scoundrel points yet or more Hydrosophist. What I need is for my wits to get raised. I need initiative more than anything else right now. So, another point in polymorph. Therefore, another point in wits. I read it. Yeah, there's no exclam YouTube here because I don't have a YouTube channel. If you are interested in watching more content from me, you can go ahead and take a look at the yeah, this is an upgrade. You can go ahead and go to the video section on this channel, go to collections, and you'll be able to find full completed runs if you're interested in viewing them in that way. Emmond, my initiative should be at least 60 by the end of Act 2.
Are you powerful enough to press them wide?
Nice hood.
Buying or selling?
Yeah. No, you're right. It is a lot higher. Yeah. That's what we're aiming for. I would love to find an upgrade for my pants or rings or even armor. So we're gonna do a quick shopping trip. Ooh, we got the good music going.
You want an engraved invitation every time?
Always want an engraved invitation.
Ah, looking for another trade?
Wits, thievery, crit chance. Yeah. Obviously, I will be very happy to replace my gloves of teleportation at some point. But I would love to replace them with gloves that don't suck. By which I mean, it would be great to get gloves that have, like, 3 wits and maybe some crit chance as well. At least.
The chest won't open. It doesn't open.
Speak the what? Speak. You speak your.
The lock.
Figure it's time to prove yourself. Let's get it done.
I don't know if I need more electric discharge scrolls, but it's kind of fun. Like, it's sort of fun to stock these up, though not entirely sure how necessary. Can I hit 60 just maxing wits? No. No, you need help from gear. But because remember, the max that I can put into wits is I can only allocate 40 points myself. But we should be getting so much extra wits and maybe even initiative from gear that we should be around 60. And it should be even more than that when you allocate peace of mind. And in Act 2, we have the ability to artificially raise our wits with help from this lady. Johnny Rambo, it's not a bad idea, yeah. If you have the talents for it, yes. Yeah. Just, I would say if you're starting a run, I would not recommend going for Savage Sortilege until you have a pretty high crit chance. Like, if you're running Savage Sortilege and you only have a 10% crit chance, I don't think it's really good. Because you'd much rather have something like Elemental Affinity, or even, you know, we've talked about getting Torturer early for your Pyro Geomages. There are plenty of good ways that you can help your mages deal more damage, other than trying to go for crits. Elemental Affinity is a really good way of doing that because it just increases your output, which makes your turns more effective.
He looks up from his map.
I noted.
Okay. Let's go back to Stone Garden. I need to think about this. So, I can, in theory, fight against Necrodog already, but the question is, do I want to? I'm not sure if the answer is yes. So, here's how that would work. I currently have 36 initiative. I would get 7 more, so that puts us at 43. And then I would need the Wits mixture, the Wits Drudene mixture from the lady in the Under Tavern. That would give me enough initiative to go first against Necrodog. The only question I have is, what is Necrodog's initiative? So let's head towards Stone Garden. Go find out, sorry, not initiative. What is his air resists? Because if he has high air resists, it is going to be a little bit difficult to take him down, even with the sheer amount of spell power that we're bringing in. He also has very heavy retribution, which could be a problem when you consider the amount of damage that I'm putting out. Now, granted, I have a lot of magic armor myself, but I don't want to inadvertently stun myself, considering Stone Garden is always raining. If I accidentally do too much air damage and get myself stunned, that could also be a problem. I'm going to go ahead and do Spirit Vision here because I believe that I should get some extra experience.
The spirit...
Oh, wait, no, I got the experience. There, sorry, I got the 5,000 just by coming over here. And that's because I talked to that ghost deer over here. Hi, Tarquin.
Oh, but you do get around, don't
Do you have any equipment that I might be interested in? It does not appear so. Oh well. I'll take the extra stuff anyway. And I can sell him some of the crap that we picked up that I don't need. Mash 1 in conversation with him, and then we can keep moving forward. Now, it's, again, very important that I do not get close to Necrodog while I have Pet Pal, because it will force me into a combat with him. His air resist is -20. That is very good for me, because that means that I will be able to do significant damage to him quickly. So his air resist normally was 0, and the fact that it's raining in Stone Garden is reducing it even further. So this is great news. Let me go get the waypoint, and then we'll come back and deal with Necrodog, and we can complete Tarquin's quest and send him back to the boat.
plinth of the Ukraine, the headless, the stat.
So, there's a couple things that I'm going to do right now just before I forget about them, and then we can come back and deal with Necrodog. Could one of you guys in chat be an absolute doll and hit exclamation uptime for me, please? Sentinel, you are the best. Thank you. 2 hours. Okay. I mean, this has been a very productive session tonight. We've already gotten almost all of our spells that we want. We're level 12 already. It's only been 2 hours. I mean, the difference in speed of this run, and I'm not going to say this is a speed run, but the difference in pace is dramatic compared to the consumables only run that we were doing.
You have done.
All right, buddy. See you around. Alrighty. Let's go to the Under Tavern and smoke up. Literally. Oh, I also have a key that allows me to unlock this door, or this chest. I like that. Potion is good.
Good to meet you, Governor. I further down. I give them that edge.
She gives them that edge.
You could so. If you're interested, Governor, all you have to do is use your imagination.
So alertness is the thing that gives wits, enlightenment gives intelligence, courage gives constitution, and ferocity, well, ferocity is very, very strong, and I'll get it just to show what it does.
Right, good to see you. Just say the word, Governor. No problem. In return,
Because you guys think Lone Wolf is already strong. Ferocity makes Lone Wolf even sillier because it gives an additional 2 AP at the start of every turn. And these things last for 50 turns, so...
Smoke billows from this.
If I had to pick 2 schools of elemental magic that weren't Pyrogeo or Aero Hydra, do you mean a mix of those two, Sir Comrade? Or what's the idea? Pairings? I would probably, well, I mean, Geo has to be considered anyway, I think. But I would probably go like, I'd probably go Geo Aero and just go all out damage with Geo and air spells, because you can still set things to wet and stuff like that. It would work. It wouldn't be great, but it would work. Because you can lock stuff down with Worm Tremor, and then follow it up with just massive damage. Again, not exactly the way that you'd want to draw it up, but doable. All right, we're getting ready to fight. My initiative is now higher than Necrodog's. It's important that I begin the fight while that is still the case. And in we go.
The dog growls and bares its teeth at you in a wild.
Come closer. I dare you.
He sniffs.
You would mock.
The dog's growl.
Not one step further.
The dog
Necrotic trot.
Alright, buddy. Well, bad news for Necrodog. I have the initiative. I also have 8 AP with which to play, so this is not going to go very well for him, especially considering his negative 20 air resist. The only thing that I need to make sure is that I do is not kill myself through retribution. To that end, I'm going to go ahead and consume a large magic armor potion, and then we're going to start nuking. So here's a superconductor. Here's a a closed circuit, which you're seeing closed circuit doing 600 to 663 damage. So despite this guy's massive armor, he still doesn't get to play. I'm gonna make sure that Peace of Mind stays active, and then we'll continue to blast this guy with whatever my highest damage ability is here. This one seems good. And there you have it. So Andrus is, well, can be a real pain in the butt with his initiative, which is 46, and his retribution, which is significant. And if he gets the drop on you, he will summon 2 skeletons that will beat the shit out of you. I promise. Alright, so we unlocked the way forward, which is great because each of these statues give 4,000 XP. Sentinel's asking if... no, the skeletons do not give experience, unfortunately. You're asking if I can see his spirit? Let's find out. Oh yeah, he does.
The dog spirit low.
I am death. You offend the Necrohound. When the reckoning comes, you will cower in fear of anathema. You will bow before the demon blade.
He moves to lick his haunches.
Once a demon, now a weapon. We heard its
Power.
and slain
Galandi,
our
thanks for the follow.
allies in its name. It is near. With it, we will slay living and undead alike.
I don't think Andrus knows that you'll be able to slay one living or undead, and then it breaks again.
Lifts his head to howl, but can barely manage a whimper.
Wow.
I will not.
An interesting dog.
Is power.
Toriyama, thanks for the follow, by the way. You think the summons are 2k XP? Well, I do not care to find out. That fight is too dangerous for me to allow him to get his summons in. Those guys do insane damage, and they particularly the big. So there's one archer and one like melee one. The melee one does innate knockdown on hit, and so if they break through your physical armor, even if you have high constitution, you're still a goner. So it is not at all worth it to me to let that be the case. And by the way, that's not forgetting that Andrus himself does insane damage. Anyway, everything in here is worth a lot of XP, so we do have a slight issue here with QAna here being very heavily resistant. I guess water is the way to go against her. Okay, goodbye. All right, and then if I want to open this chest, which I do, I need to make sure that A, I have enough strength to open it, and B, that I have petrification immunity, because this thing will petrify you and you'll get stuck. There. All done. All right. What's the enemies that has the highest resistance of both Aero and Hydro? I am not sure. I think the Genie has significant resistances, actually, Sir Comrade, and the Genie can be a real pain in the butt. But I may also summon the Genie near Jahan. And just let them have it out. Oh, I need a chest of some kind. I know where to get one. Stone Garden Graveyard. I always forget to pick this up at the time. I need something that's not gonna break when I go to use it. Pick up. Let the doctor deal with the Genie? What, Sentinel? I feel like I remember you telling me about this, but I forgot the thrust of it. So, what happens? Do they actually fight against each other? I feel like a level 20 Genie would be a significant challenge for the Doctor. Well, the Doctor would still kick its ass, but still. The Genie has heavy retribution. I guess the Doctor does as well. Where is my character? Dude, I told it to move and she ain't moving. Oh, we're over encumbered. Got it.
Buying or selling?
Selling things. Living on the Edge is actually a spell that I'd be interested in learning. Yeah, and my necromancy is coming from gear, but that's still not bad. Oh wait, hang on. I want that one, and I want to sell raised bone. Okay, there we go. Halberd, you know, I've never actually, I've never considered doing that. In order to make them create mayhem. Do you think they would actually use the explosives? Considering that, like, it definitely kills them? I know that the Doctor uses stuff that you sell him. Like, if you sell him consumables, he'll use them. Or if you buy all of his consumables, then he won't have any to use. But that's a funny question. That's not something that I have considered trying. Anyway, let's go back to Stone Garden and finish this quest up. Or maybe I should get my source back first. Oh no. Lohse. I mean, you need to make sure that you have max fire resist or resist death, because otherwise, some of the late game opponents, remember that it scales with level, intelligence, and pyrokinetics. So you'd basically need to give it to somebody who would be able to really use that shit. But like, I don't know. like Jahan has max pyrokinetic and in Act 4 is level 20, but the problem is you can't get Jahan to fight against the Doctor. Which I really wish, by the way, that you could. It doesn't make any sense that you can't rescue Jahan and have him fight alongside you. I think the Doctor also has heavy pyrokinetic and is level 20. Is just broken, I guess, mentally, but when you rescue him, Sentinel, if you're playing as Lohse and you rescue him, he will, he comes back to the boat and he's like doing better or something, you know? Alright, let's go ahead and put this chest over here. There we go. And then Spirit Vision. Password is 213. Cool. In we go. Let's go ahead and take a look at the resistances on these guys right here. Examine. Do I not have their resistances? I do have Lore Master. Oh, I guess this doesn't help me with that. Okay, that's fine. Well, hopefully we'll be able to kill these two guys. Otherwise, if it doesn't look like it's gonna be good, what do you mean naturally, Sir Comrade? We did solve that puzzle naturally. That's how you do it.
You feel the unusual, yet it is the oblong.
Oh, how to find the combination? It's in the notes that you pick up from QAna, I think. I don't. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't remember how my brother and I did it when we did it. We may have trial and errored it. Boudican, I would if I were playing any other kind of mage. The issue here is that I'm doing air damage, and these give specifically intelligence and Aerithurge. Yeah, you guys are all raising excellent points about the statues. But here's the information that I will tell you guys about the statues. The first thing is that you can have more initiative than them, and so on your turn you'd be okay if you start first. The second thing to know about the statues is that only 2 of them give experience. Those are this one and this one. Therefore, if I kill both of the statues that are worth experience and still have AP left over, then I can leave without having to worry about it at all. That's what we're going to be trying to do. We are not completionists, Peoj. We are going for max XP, and if these guys are still hostile and I leave, I do not care. We're completionists, he says, like like he knows me. You don't know me. All right, let's get to work. Air resists look pretty solid on that statue, but let's drop a closed circuit into the mix and see how this goes. Yeah, I thought so. Okay, so both the sentinels that are worth experience are dead. And then we're out of here. We got what we wanted, and we leave. Oh, I always go the wrong direction. Let's go to Tarquin, return him the stuff that we just picked up, and that will send him back to the boat, and us getting plenty of XP. Do they have any sort of loot? Not that I care to go and find out, Azulin. I don't ever remember them having anything that I cared about. I think they have, like, wax and stuff. There we go. I'll take the most expensive rewards, and... Oh, that's not it. Nope, that's... Hello. There we go.
Let me think.
And then I can sell him stuff as well. And that's it. We're done with Tarquin's quest.
And I can get back to the ship.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain that Peoj is trolling, but I have no idea what they're referring to. I say and do a lot of things on this stream, but none of them violate the Twitch terms of service. Okay, let's go ahead. So we're already halfway to another level up, by the way. So we've done a tremendous amount in the short amount of time that we've been here in Act 2, which is great. Let me think if there's anything else that I need to do with thievery. And yes, there is one more thing to do with thievery, and you guys were actually just talking about it. So with my thievery, I'm gonna go ahead and go over here. I don't know if I need the homemade explosives. I don't really.
You see a man. He tries.
When you've
Sir, I need you and the Magisters to stop wandering around. You've never been able to properly get this guy out? Well, I will show you a way that you can do it. But first, let's go kill some Voidwoken, shall we? Alright, fine. I will kill some Voidwoken. Yeah, Vishy, that's exactly my strategy. No need to get cute with it. Just every Magister that approaches you, defend the guy and get on out. Let me go and get some more Source. It'll be fun to use some Source abilities against these guys, for sure. Superconductor seems particularly tantalizing.
The Meister sits slumped in her chair. You notice that some of her scales have dropped to the floor.
Oh no, her scales have dropped to the floor. Here, get rid of all those. I don't need a tremor grenade. Nor rubies, nor this stuff.
What news? Can you then wide?
Okay. What is the Magister's actual story? Well, they are part of the Divine Order, right? There's the Paladins and there's the Magisters, I guess. I think the Magisters are supposed to follow, like, Lucian's teachings in some regard. They're like the Divine Order's cops. I think. It's been a long time since I've really paid attention to this game's story. But they basically are there to prevent people from using Source. Why do they not want people to use Source? I think they just think that they're like sorcerers are dangerous.
Dripping with
And they're not
liquid
wrong, I guess. But they're also the worst. This is definitely tantalizing. Alright, we're opening with a superconduct. Ow. Alright, I'll drink a magic armor potion, and then we'll go ahead and toss some more spells around, I guess. Ice Fan does how much damage? 89 to 98. These guys do not have good water resist, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah, right. So there's the part where like it summons the Voidwoken, but they don't really know why, and Lucian is doing some really weird crap as well. It's not altogether like, I don't know. I feel like it's not so well explained. But it definitely is a thing. I don't know. Attack. Can I hit this one? Oh, wow, they're on top of me like this. I didn't realize. Oh, you're on fire. Ouch. 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 Maybe I should relocate to a different spot. And, you know, maybe take a stone skin potion or something. Oh, I forgot I've got global cooling available. That one just died. I feel like we're winning. Yeah, I was so excited about using the superconductor that I forgot that I would take a bunch of damage from the explosions. And then at that point I was just like, ah, screw it, I'll just stand in the middle of it anyway. I knew that these guys don't have stuns or knockdowns or anything, it's just a matter of getting through their HP. There are definitely ways that I could have played that fight a lot smarter, and I just didn't. Oh well. Alright, let's go deal with Higba.
Behind it. You.
Thank you. I'll follow you.
Alright, he's gonna follow me. Well, I have 4 in thievery, so I'm just gonna walk up to him while sneaking and take all of his stuff. Thanks, buddy. Alright, come with me. We've got, I'm just gonna attract every Magister and knock them off one at a time. Should be pretty fun. There should be one. There we go, hello. Yeah, what I don't like is that Mr. Tinkerer here gets in the way of all of my attacks, but, you know, it is what it is. Come on.
You found
The Magister steps forward with a.
you ass.
Yeah, exactly, Steve Allen. Just kill the Magisters. You get the XP for it. I mean, why not? And when I go and betray him later, I already own his explosives, so I don't need to worry about him using them on me either. There should be at least one more Magister that I'd like to get the attention of. Hello. Hi, young lady. Yes. Yeah, you and me. Let's talk.
You found it.
The Magister.
You what?
Hi. Ah, nice shot.
And?
All right, buddy, come on. Step right over here. Alrighty.
At last, you have
Cool. Thanks for the relatively expensive rewards. Nice. All right. And now for the thing that you would expect to happen when it's me. He did nothing wrong? Well, he did one thing wrong. He made the cardinal mistake. And he really shouldn't have done that.
Halt! Haven't got. I'm sorry, but I can't let you leave.
Oh, I'm standing 1 pixel off of where I wanted to be. Slightly better. Yeah. Closed circuit into superconductor. We're level 12. This is fair. Might as well start calling it a fair mage. Get it? Because it's an air mage. It's fair. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about me. It's my plan for enemies immune to air. Hit them with ice. Or just do so much air damage that it doesn't matter. I don't know. Not a lot of things are 100% immune to air, but there are a few. And when we run into them, we will have water spells available. Barring that, there are a few ways to deal pure magic damage. One of them is in the Necro skill tree. It's called Silencing Stare. So there are ways that we will be able to like deal just magic damage, and then we can hit stuff with Flay Skin. Now we don't have Flay Skin yet, but when we get Flay Skin, that will allow us to lower enemies' resistances after their magic armor is stripped. So basically, use some abilities to strip magic armor, then hit them with Flay Skin, and then just start unloading our air source abilities. 2 of the Hydro source abilities, Atomics, are not meant for offensive use. They're both healing stuff. Arcane Stitch and Steam Lance. The third one is Hailstorm, which is just essentially your bog standard blizzard. Very strong, but not available for a while. Alrighty, let's, this fight can be a little bit tricky, so let's prepare a little bit for it anyway. And when I say prepare, I mostly just mean set up my surfaces the way that I want them to be. So I'm gonna, to that end, I'm gonna go ahead and drop a little bit of water on the ground. Let this cool off, and then I'm gonna ignite the not ignite. I'm gonna shock the water, and then I'm gonna open this thing up. So I'm setting up elemental affinity for myself, and then we can let the fireworks begin. Oh, I forgot to actually shock the surface. That's fine. This would have been easier if I had shocked the surface. It's not a big deal, though. Now the surface is shocked. Tremendous. Let me slightly reposition myself for the superconductor. Seems reasonable. All right, we're gonna go ahead and complete this quest by returning to Driftwood Square.
Buying or selling?
I guess I can sell some stuff. And since I have this guy's package, I got a package for him. But I actually did get his missing supplies, and then I'm going to betray him in kind of one swoop here. So let me go ahead and buy some stew.
A starched apron wipes a glass with a clean rag. She pins you with blue, steel-sharp eyes as you approach the
Blessings upon her.
Thank you very much. And we're gonna go ahead and void taint that bad boy with some void tainted fish. Boom. There you go.
So, what's the word? Oh, as for you, now if you'll
Wow.
Ah, hello, my friend. Always.
Got his eyes.
Oh no.
Whoops. Okay, off to the bathroom with you, you murdering bastard. Because of the electricity. No, I get it, GK Baines. You did great. You will receive your ban in 3 to 5 business days.
What was it? I swear if I could. Odds, you had this is.
I mean, I just get to attack this guy. Look at that. I set my wands. Each one has a 20% chance to set sleeping for 1 turn. So I literally just. Yeah. Anyway, he's dead. Let's go ahead and take his. Oh, I've got his key so that I can open the supplies. Is that how this works? Oh, it is. Cool. Okay. And now, Garvin's head. A lot of people in this situation will go ahead and say, "Oh, his mentor wanted the head back. Let's go ahead and return that head." You get a little bit of experience. You get about, I think, 7,000 experience or so. However, I am going to turn into an elf and eat the head. Because in exchange for maybe 1,000 or 2,000 experience, I am going to gain a hidden talent
and seizes his business.
called Trade Secrets. This now stays with us for the rest of the game, and it gives +1 to bartering. Hooray! Do I strictly need it? No, but it's cool. I think it's cool. I think in a run where I was more starved for money, this would matter a lot more. Yeah, Vishy, you can use the shapeshifter mask regardless of who you are. Is it a crunchy experience? GK Baines, I would allow you to use your imagination on that one. So anyway, when we come back and talk to Garvin,
Where is his head? Speak! Dead! His head!
we'll say, oh no, sorry, someone consumed it. And he'll still give us 5,500 XP, and we can just wander off. So that's that quest all taken care of. Okie dokie. Oh, that's pretty cool, Sentinel. I didn't know that. Smart. Yeah, the well will give multiple rewards with Shapeshifter. Yeah. So with a single character, you can get 5 rewards from the well. With a full party, you can get 20 if you have the money. You need, I think, 3,000 gold in order to do it. With 4 characters. Anyway, we are still crushing it right now in terms of XP. We need about, what does this say? 60,000 XP to get our next level up. Where, oh where, can we get some more experience? I would love to get ready to fight against the Harbinger of Doom. We are not ready for that kind of action yet, unfortunately. What I can do, on the other hand, is get persuasion and then start moving. Yeah, Iserlin, part of the reason why I say no reloads is, first of all, to make it clear that, like, we're accepting consequences of our actions, but also because I know about the save scumming stuff that is possible. Zap, by the way. Oh, hang on. This is shocked ground. Very simple for me to jump into it, get elemental affinity active, and then go. And even teleport costs 1 AP. When you're rocking elemental affinity. So that's cool. Now a couple of Magisters are gonna come out and be like, hey, what the hell? These other Magisters died. Meanwhile, I'm sitting up here being like, yeah, who could possibly have done this? Am I looking for a fight? Yes. I mean, like, how did you know? What was your first clue, dumbass? It's a pretty decent chunk of XP all together there. Oh, I can also do the I can solve the cook's murder plot. Plenty of free experience when you're running around in Driftwood. Plus, it's the added benefit of eliminating a bunch of Magisters. I mean, who doesn't love that, right?
The cook...
Please, madam. You should not be back here. It's not safe.
She grabs...
You should have just kept out of this.
She gives you...
Magisters are a blight.
The cook...
You should have...
The damage output is real, by the way. Like, if they're not immune, they are gone. It's pretty great.
The spirit...
My ring.
Something and bright.
My ring.
Your words.
Return it.
The spirit...
Bum bum ba dum bum ba da ba da bum ba ba.
The Magister...
What do you want? You can't just... Well? What do you... What? The bloody cook? A reward? You'll get...
The Magister...
This, the cook's...
He shudders
And to think...
He holds out.
Keep...
He lets go.
Okay. Hey, Captain. How's it going? Thank you very much for the good luck. Yeah, exactly, Steve Allen. And not even with Spellcrit yet. I'm doing great. We're having a very nice time tonight. I hope that everyone's been enjoying it. I've been having a blast. Oh my god. I mean, that was fun in its own way, Steve Allen, but it was very tedious, as you witnessed, I'm sure.
The spirit did spec...
Don't think I need this Magister seal anymore. Hey, Stuart.
What is it? Unless no matter.
Buying or selling?
Selling, because I am over encumbered all the time, because I don't have any strength, because I'm a mage. We sell some grenades? Probably not a bad idea. Let's see what we got. Yeah, I can get rid of most of these. Smoke grenades aren't terrible, actually. Whoops, oversold. No big deal.
Glad to see you well.
I'm saying the smoke bombs can be pretty helpful in certain situations, Steve Allen. I don't think I'm probably not gonna ever use them, not in this run anyway, but I mean, Maybe you end up doing it one time. Just to hide from something that's coming to kill you.
Until later then.
We've been making pretty good use of these large physical and magic armor potions, so I'm going to continue having some in stock, or not in stock, but in inventory, just in case.
Glad to see you well.
These.
Until later then.
31 minor healing potions, is that true? Whoops. Okay, let's go ahead and combine a bunch of this stuff. Slightly cleaner. So, I mean, that was not anything particularly challenging, and suddenly we're only 30,000 XP away from our level up. Not so bad. Not so bad. Alright, that was fun. I think I get XP for clicking on this. 1,000 of it. Neat. Another of those benefits of going and getting Spirit Vision early is that it gives me the quest, which means I start collecting on some of this XP as I get source points. Cool. Not entirely sure there's anything else I need to do in here. Spirit Vision, yes, Steve Allen. Bless, just take it or leave it, I guess. I don't know. Bless literally, like, it's over here, but I don't have it memorized. I can actually very happily remove that. I don't even think Maddening Song needs to be on my hotbar either. I still need to reorganize this at some point. I just haven't. But that looks, I mean, that's relatively clean. For the moment, it's okay. But even now, like Pressure Spike and Superconductor are over here where they're not supposed to be. Level 16 is a nice reorganization moment, I suppose. Yeah. I mean, once I get Apotheosis, it's gonna be very interesting because a lot of these spells are gonna stop seeing use. Right now, they're seeing use because I need to. Once you get Apotheosis, it's gonna be a little bit different. Well, Steve Allen, actually, I wouldn't say that that's true. I've been using almost all of these. I think you could very easily argue that I've used every single one of these so far tonight. And we haven't really even been fighting all that much. Yeah, but that's also because I've removed most of the stuff that I don't need. But if I add like any more stuff, it's gonna get tricky.
4D. No, not the 3.
What?
Whoops, stunned my friends. My bad. Okay, stunned them as well. All right, cool. Thanks for the stuff. 18,000 to go. I think what else is readily available at this point? I mean, I could take Persuasion and start doing some Persuasion shenanigans. Because I don't think I need Thievery anymore. I'm relatively certain I don't need Thievery. And I don't think I need Pet Pal either. And if that's the case, then I should be returning to the Lady Vengeance.
Lohse, of course. Told you I would, didn't I? Sure.
Power is power.
Lola, thanks for the follow. Or maybe it's lol Ada rules? What do you guys think? Maybe you can help fill me in. Is it Lola or Ada rules? What should I be calling you? All right, Pet Pal is out. Savage Sortilege is in. Thievery is out. Persuasion is in. Ask if the person is keeping it together. I mean, we know that they're alright as long as they don't think about it too much.
He fixes. Then
Greetings, stranger.
he purses his lips. A lascivious.
Let me ask you this. Across the world, perhaps you're my friend. The very best, the pride.
The money.
Now, let me...
Oh, he gives you a... A weathered...
The bell rings a warning. The ship is... And yet... I'm on...
She buries...
Make it...
Oh, they didn't like that I just cast Source. Hey, idiots.
A ghostly...
Spoke to the lady cap. I'm doing my duty, but I'm on...
He blinks. He raised...
Okay, bye.
She babbled.
My ears are... And I have... That accursed bell lies with the peacemaker.
She goes...
You've got no... Heed me.
She turns up.
Cool. Good talk. You find it offensive that I use other spells? Eh. It's fun to mix it up. We look really cool regardless of what we're doing, Twana. All of a sudden, 4,000 XP away from the level up. We are progressing quite quickly. Quite quickly indeed. Yeah, no, you're certainly right about that, Sentinel. I mean, isn't that basically the plot of X-Men? Steve Allen, you can either persuade Niles' mom to give you the key, or you can just unlock it. We used our thievery to unlock the door a while ago. You get 3,000 XP for getting in there. Okay, well, I have an idea. So I'm going to go to Driftwood Fields waypoint. I'm going to put on a lizard hat. And I'm going to persuade my way into the elven camp, and that's going to level me up. Because that'll give us 5 persuasion, which is good enough to get me in there. And then I'm going to turn into an elf and do the ritual with them. Should be straightforward enough. So let me put on my lizard hat. I put on my robe and lizard hat.
Go no further. We are at ritual. Do not disturb us. Enter then.
There's the XP. Let's turn into an elf. And do the ritual.
3 battle the you with the token. His corpse rolls.
11,600 XP. For that. Oh, and we got a new talent. This is a good place to take 5-star diner, I think. Yeah, adding an additional point in wits. Yeah. Hothead is also a great candidate considering we're rocking Savage Sortilege. But 5-star has so many valuable implications, especially as we just hit level 13. Some of the nicer potions are going to start showing up, especially the nice large physical or the giant physical and magic armor potions. Here, I'm going to continue to slam points into wits. We're still not quite there. But within... If I keep taking points into polymorph, within 2 levels, we will be able to... to have maxed out wits. It's just a matter of whether or not I think I need that. So wits plus 7. I would be able to beat the Harbinger of Doom on initiative at this point. So then it's a question of whether or not I can beat the Harbinger of Doom on damage. Because I need to stun him on turn 1. Which I think we can. I think we should be able to do with... I mean, we've got closed circuit available.
Power.
Kursika, thanks for the follow. Welcome on in. This may be a pretty good point to start taking points into Hydrosophist. I don't actually, you know what? No. I don't need more points into Hydro. I'm using Air as my main damage source and then Hydro as supplemental spell damage and stuns. But mostly for the freezes. So if I just keep slamming points into wits, that's going to raise my initiative and my crit chance to spots where I need them to be. So I actually think I'm going to just do it that way.
The tall
We it you I it is there do you and you we come here you I she we plan another I only hope perhaps you find her before then.
Good luck.
Okay.
I see you and I fear you not. Injured I may be. Do not take me for vulnerable.
I will not do that. I'm still looking for gloves, pants.
I see you.
Lots of different things that would be very helpful. That I haven't really seen yet.
I see you.
From any of these people. Even though they see me. Alright, big shopping trip coming up here. I'm very hopeful that we'll find something good. Sure. I mean, sort of, Twano, but not. It depends on how quickly you can start putting points into wits. My issue with, especially with these wizard builds, this wizard build, is, sorry, this element, you know, the Air Hydro Mage, is the amount of memory that I had to allocate. This is 8 points of memory that I've had to put in. And that's 8 points that could have been put into wits. You know what I mean?
He looks up from his map.
So if not for that, then we would have already maxed it out.
I noted.
Buying or selling?
Regardless, I think I'm going to want to start heading toward the dwarves as well, because those guys can also have really good equipment. The stranded dwarves
Every time. You know the way.
have the potential to come up with some really good gear for us. I can also check in with Jahan. Do I stream different builds? Absolutely, Stardust. What are you interested in? If you are looking for any of the stuff that I've done in the past, feel free to head on over to the videos section on this channel and then go under collections. And you can see full completed runs that I have saved from our past.
Figure it's time to prove yourself. Let's get it done.
And you might find something interesting. check in with Jahan. At some point, since I have 5-star diner, I can also now consider dealing with Henag. Because all I need to do, well, not all I need to do, but what I need to do is make a giant fire resist potion, and then I can jump her and deal with her stuff.
Power is power.
TRZ, thanks for the follow. Hello, hello, hello.
How fares the hunt?
Hey, Jay, buddy. Do you have anything that doesn't suck that I might be interested in using? No? Okay, great. Good talk. He does have something I'm interested in. This is a Flay skin scroll. Remember we talked about, and we've done this with Superconductor already, but we talked about the ability to reduce an enemy's magic armor. This is how you can do it.
May you...
So there are so many vendors that sell crafting materials, and all the ones that sell crafting materials can sell blank skill books. So let's see. These are blank. None of these are polymorph.
Until later then.
However, she is not the only one who can sell them. Matter of fact, one of the easiest places to find it is to go to the Under Tavern. There are 2 vendors here, right next to one another. Both of these lizards sell crafting materials as well. Let's go ahead and take a look.
The tigers fly, the leopards lie, and you,
Nope.
and you.
And me. Oh.
But I know you, don't I?
Kind of sounds like he just finished. This lizard.
Watch him fight. Watch him. See
There you are.
Right in the kisser. Doesn't even.
So a high tier blank polymorph skill book. And we can go ahead and combine those 2 together, and we will get a book 3 levels early. And we'll go ahead and learn it. And there you go. Now, there is a bug that is happening right now. I took 5-star diner, and it does apply to the Blood Rose Elixir. However, it hasn't applied yet. So I'm going to sit in place, and I'm going to just do a save and load in order to resolve the bug. That will give us the memory slot as well that we could use to put Flay skin in. Anyone want to hit me with uptime one more time? Three and a half. Okay, thanks, Atomics. I think it's probably best. Oh, here are some quest rewards that I'm going to be picking up that the game forgot to hand off. Okay, just one. There we go. Flay skin, please. Thank you. No, Steve Allen. No, it doesn't. It doesn't stay if you go the other direction, which is good. That's how it's supposed to be. All right. I hate to do this to you guys, but I'm actually going to pause right here, and we'll pick this up tomorrow night. So if I start back on the Lady Vengeance. Oh yeah, sorry. I should check in with Tarquin, and then we can go. Oh, Silver wants me to do Minesweeper. All right, Silver, we'll do the Minesweeper, but we're done with Divinity for the evening.
Of course. Told you I would, didn't
By the way, we're level 13, so this kid can start getting us Source Orbs from here on out. Chess Puzzle Survivor. Okay, so I guess we're done with Divinity for the evening, and you guys are gonna keep me on for another hour.
Shame I had to leave the Stone Garden behind.
Thanks for the redemptions, guys. Let's go ahead and get into that as soon as I finish shopping with this guy. Alrighty. I guess I should at least sell some of the crap that I'm holding that's gonna weigh me down. There we go. I certainly don't need Worm Tremor or a Nail Bomb Grenade. Alright. Alright. I'm saving. Let's go ahead and do the Minesweeper first, I guess. So, we're done with Divinity for the night. But we're gonna do Minesweeper, and we're gonna do some chess puzzles. And then I'm gonna go to bed. Alright, that's one attempt. And yeah, I know you guys can still be betting while I'm actively doing this, but that's fine. I have to guess here. Alright, hopefully that'll be good enough to... Man, it's still not. Bummer. Okay, that is helpful. That might open this whole thing up. Nope. Still didn't open the whole thing up. Damn, dude. 2, 3, 4. Okay, this. But I don't know whether or not this is touching there. Okay. And we may have to guess one more time. One more time. So, 1... So it's either of these, so it's not this one, which means... There we go, we got it. Okay, great. So, believers take the points. Silver, thanks so much for that redemption. Doubters get absolutely pooped on. Wow, some people put a lot of channel points in on this, didn't they? Yeah, I mean, if you doubted, you didn't lose all that much, probably. Alrighty, and now for the chess puzzles. So this is a redemption from Steve Allen, so we're going to do a survival chess puzzle session here. Our record is 40 now, I think. This is a puzzle rush on chess.com. Alright, here we go. We'll just do the best we can. Alright, it looks like there's a checkmate over here. And a checkmate on the back rank here. Oh, I'm gonna go through the first few as fast as I can. This is a smothered mate because the king has nowhere to run and nothing can take the knight. This looks like it's just a free knight if I take with the rook, and then you're just up material. Yep. This is a ability to check, and then swing across and take that. This looks like a checkmate. This is a pattern that the chess puzzles love to throw at us, where you sacrifice your queen and get a back rank mate by forcing the king off of the defense. This looks sort of fun. I think that there is a potential checkmate if I go like this. Oh, but then... I'm gonna do it anyway. Oh, okay, because the bishop is covering this square. Once I move this pawn forward, the bishop is covering it. That's how. Okay. Another checkmate. This is a... I mean... Is this not just a free queen? What is going on here? Okay. And then... I go like this, and the worst thing that can happen is I lose a rook. Oh no. The chess window doesn't show the numbers. Oh, interesting. Okay, let's go ahead and see about that really quickly. Chess puzzles. Nope, that's not it. How do I do the cropping? No, I understand what he's saying. I understand what he's saying. That's not what I wanted to do either. I think it's Alt. I think if I press Alt. Yeah, but it's still not cropping correctly. Oh, right, because this is a... Oh, shit. What did I just do? Okay. This is why. Okay, 1 second, guys. 1 second. This is why. Because it's a separate scene. There, how's that? Slightly better? Okay, great. Thanks for the feedback. I wouldn't have noticed it because it's very small on my screen, but thank you for the feedback. I think I should be able to escape this direction. Okay. What do we got here? I think this is the move. That doesn't give the king anywhere to go, and yeah, the knight cannot be attacked. That's checkmate. Okay. Yep, here's that example. This is what I was talking about. Sacrifice your queen, get a back rank checkmate. Oh, this is tricky, right? So here, mercifully, the bishop is still covering this diagonal where the rook was on, and so you end up winning the rook. Check. Ah, and then checkmate because the bishop is supporting the queen on that square. Nice. Check. Check. I check here now? Is that... This seems correct. Yeah, good. Kind of gets around the defense there. This looks like a pawn checkmate. Or rather, the pawn is supported by the bishop, so the knight is going to have to take, and then the bishop takes. And you end up material. It's not a checkmate, but it is the winning move in that situation. So there's a promising sequence here. Where after the pawn takes, then I could take with the queen here, and I don't think there's anything that can be done about it. Okay. But, I mean, I'm still gonna. This piece is hanging at the moment, but there's also a slight queen problem. Ah, I see. So, I'm gonna take here. This is check, and then I'm gonna take. So this is just a long sequence of captures that is going to lead with, or is going to end with me being up material like that. Okay. What else do we got? This is promising because it's a double check. It's a check with the knight against the king and the queen at the same time, which I think is actually just a checkmate because you can't block both at the same time. All right. Let's see here. So I have a hanging piece at the moment. On the other hand, moving my rook up this direction would threaten checkmate. Even if this gets captured, it still forces a response from black because it threatens checkmate in one move. Okay, I think I have the checkmate sequence here. 1, 2, 3. Nice. All right, we've got a small issue with this pawn is being pushed. I could also... capture here. I need to figure out a way to break through this barricade with my pawns. So I could go forward like this. If it takes that way, then I'd be able to push this way. And what if it takes this way? But then I take anyway. Oh, but then that takes. That's not good. I don't like that. Okay. I know that capturing is... Oh no, capturing is what I want to do. So I capture, recaptures. I move forward like this, threatening to capture and push forward, which forces black to respond this way, but that gives my pawn a path all the way forward. Hopefully those arrows make sense. Uh-huh. And then I promote... Wow! I misclick promoted to a knight instead of to a queen, and that is the wrong solution. Ugh. Oops. A little bit frustrating there. I should have taken with the knight. We're falling apart. Let's try our very best to not let this run die. Let's see. Our queen is threatened. There's something wonky going on with this bishop, and Lord knows what's happening here. I could just take with the rook and then move over here and threaten checkmate? Okay, then. This looks unstoppable. Good. Ah, but this is a double check at the same time. Very good. Checkmate. Not with the knight, with the king. Perfect. Yep. Yep. Nice. Found it. This looks good, and then I start pushing this pawn like crazy. Yep. Yep. Because, so the reason that this pawn moved is because if this rook takes, then I would have had a back rank checkmate. But now... Okay, so if I were to take this rook, then black takes my rook. Does that bode, is that better for me? It's very unclear. The reason it's unclear is because I can check and then trade. But I don't know if that puts me ahead. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pawns. Black has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pawns. I don't know if that's good, necessarily. I feel like if I don't take, on the other hand, then I'm gonna be stuck in some very weird situations where, like, this rook goes over here and does some horrible things to me. Like, I sort of hate it. I think I'm gonna try taking it. And now the question is, do I start taking pawns or do I try to trade queens? And I think the answer is trying to trade queens because these 2 pawns are passed, and it's a really big effing problem. Oh no! Okay, let's go see what that was all about. So this one I had figured out, I thought. Yep. Uh-huh. Wait, I got this one right. Why does it say I got that one wrong? What did I do wrong here? Like, I don't remember what I did wrong initially. Okay. So this one, I took this knight. Oh, that's the one where I promoted to a horse. Yeah, you're right. You guys are right. Okay. Yeah. Okay, and then this one, I took here, and I actually was supposed to... Wow. This is a winning position for white? Hang on. Is it a winning position or just a drawing position? Because why? Is the next... I guess if I bring my king... then I get to this square faster? And then I can, like, swing across and do this? Oh, no, not even that. It's not even bringing the king across. It's moving these pawns. These pawns will get there before black has a chance to make it all the way across the board. That's why. I want to play it out. Because I'm curious about the situation. So this is the next sequence of moves. Actually, don't know what is going on. Okay, let me try and do it how I would have played it. Okay, so after this capture... that happens. I then need to respond with my king. Because I need to remain vigilant of this. Black can then either do that, but this gives me the opportunity to start moving this pawn forward. Okay, I guess it still wants... Nope, it's... So whatever black does at this point, I still have the threat of promotion along a rank that black is unable to respond to. So even if black takes here, I take in exchange, and now it doesn't matter. I'm already gone. So that's why that works. That's incredible. Okay, well, thank you so much, Sir Comrade, for the chess puzzles. Sorry I wasn't as good at them, but that's what happens when you redeem that when I'm 3.5 hours into a stream. But it was fun. It was fun to do. Appreciate it. 31's not a bad score. All right, guys, I'm going to go. So, we're going to pick up the run from where I saved a little bit ago, which was in this exact spot. We are level 13. We have all of our spells, basically, that we need. We are ready to start taking on some of the much more challenging fights that Act 2 has for us. That will all happen starting tomorrow night. So tomorrow night, Pacific time, sometime around 10 p.m., I will go live, and we'll start from this spot and go for another couple of hours. I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. Thank you so much for being here and joining me on a day that I don't normally stream on. Thank you so much to the new followers and the new and repeat subscribers for your very kind support. Really appreciate all of that. But yeah, I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna go sleep, and I will be back tomorrow night. If you have questions when I'm not online, you can find the Discord links in the channel description. Go ahead and find us there, and you can ask any questions or whatever that you feel like. You can also get notifications for when I'm going live and announcements about when I'm not going live if I was expected to. So if I'm not feeling well, the Discord is where I'll post if a stream happens to get canceled. Okay, that's all I've got. I'm gonna see you guys soon. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day or evening, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Okay, bye.